Hi guys, Ryu here, and in this part let's talk about this stock. So let's grab the stock and / to bring it to a local mode. We got these two booleans going on, right? So these slashes here. Let's apply them and enjoy our life, okay? So now we need to make sure that this is all quads, which means we need to combine these into, one mesh. So these triangles, they need to go. So select this vert and press 1. This and this and press 1. This and press 1. This will merge it. And now we can simply mirror it across itself, right? So just go to mirror and simply apply it. And we're done. Now we have quads everywhere. We need to think about how we're gonna shape this thing, okay? So first of all, what I want is smooth edges and sort of flow in here, here, and here, and actually here as well. So what we're gonna do is Control B and bevel it a little bit, okay? Now this is not ideal here, which means what we could do, in fact, you know what, let's bevel this one as well. And now let's see how does it look. So we're gonna do it with mirror tools. Let's select all these. In fact, you know what, we could align it to this one. Hang on a second, this is not a quad. Interesting. Let's merge these to a quad, because we will need quads, and do the same thing here, right? There we go. And the rest is fine. So that's the problem here. Let's actually align it, okay? So what we could do is we could I just don't know how this is gonna curve. I don't think it's gonna curve nicely. Yeah, let's align it. So let's grab these and go with mirror tools. So curve stretch and just click and select these, side view and curve stretch and click. Sorry about this, guys, it's a muscle memory. Control Shift tilde is a shortcut for mirror tools in hard ops. I can't help it. It's just, I don't even think about it. It's just a muscle memory. Click here and click. And we're done. So now you see, now we got this kind of like a slope, but it's not really straight completely. So what we need to do is actually make it straight. So let's do it again. Curve stretch and click, and again curve stretch and click, and the same here, curve stretch and click. And now it's perfectly aligned. Right, now the only problem is that this geo here is not ideal, okay? This is just a redundant edge and I don't really like it. So what we can do, we can actually fix it a little bit. So because it's a bit of a mess here. So what we're gonna do is simply select all these and press F. That's the first thing we're gonna do. Combine these two into one edge. Hang on a second. These two into one edge. Go to side view. And we go into combine these two into one edge, remove this and remove this. Perfect. Now we can actually do the same thing here. And you know what, just to enjoy our life, you can just mirror it across. Okay, so mirror it across again. This will be much easier with hard ops, but we don't have it, so we have to soldier on. Now we got this shape, right? Let's try to bevel it again, but before we do that, let's actually drop this one lower. So GG and drop it lower, and select these two and Control B and bevel it like this. Now let me see. I want this bevel to be more or less the same depth as the one on the bottom. So GG, do you know what I mean? Like I want this to be parallel in a way. And unfortunately, this again is not a quad, so we will need to fix this. This needs to be a quad for sure, and this one isn't, which means we can simply run a knife here. So run a knife like this, and click Z, click and enter. And this will run a knife across, or it will not. It will not. That's fine. Let's combine these two with J, and let's simply combine these two And let's see if we have a double edge here. No, but just to be safe, let's run a cleanup from Mesh Machine by pressing 3. And now we can remove the middle edge by dissolving it from all around the mesh. And now we should have quads everywhere. This is an angon. However, this should be fine because it's on the edge of our mesh. So we should be fine. We should combine these though. So let's actually combine these into these edges, because that's a bad idea to have floating edges like this. When we subdivide it, it's gonna be a war zone, so we don't want that. That's good. So we got one angle in here, but you know what? I think we should be fine. So what we're gonna do now is, you know, keep designing the shape. What I want, right, is to separate this this handle from this gun. So let's select the bottom faces and Control plus until here, and just select this face, and we can go with P selection. In fact, you know what? No, let's go back. Let's actually introduce a loop here before we do anything rush. And yeah, that's fine, but I want this angle to be identical. So select these verts, go to front mode and GG, and I mean front view. And you know, I want these edges to be more or less the same. Now let's grab these faces and Control plus it, perfect, and then P to its own selection, bring it to local, and we need to fix it, right? So click on this dot and 4, click here and 4, 4 and 4, done. Now grab the grip and 4, 4, 4 and 4, perfect. So now we have two of these, right, separate, which is cool because we can have like an interchangeable grip. But the benefit of it is that we can now, you know, model them separately. And I want that because what I want to do is I want to make this grip appear a bit more round because, you know, it's a grip. So let's make it look like a grip. So let's add two edges, actually no, one, and then Control B to, you know, do something like this, and then two more or three more edges in here, loops I mean, and then let's grab these edges and these as well, go to front view, orthographic, and move them outside like this. Okay, move them outside, and we will need to actually adjust these as well. So front view, and actually adjust this one a little bit too. So front view and G, and just move it just tiny bit, so you know, so it curves nicely inwards, yeah. And this one is a little bit too outside, so let's just grab it and move it like that. Perfect. So it kind of like slopes, you know. And this is maybe too much outside as well, so let's move it backwards somewhere here like that. And this one needs to be split as well, so let's split it, Shift B. And we can select these faces and literally move them outside. So G, Y, and move it outside. Move this one too outside. So it's kind of like a grip, you see. But we're gonna have to make it narrower anyway, but we're gonna do it later. We need to move these ones outside as well. So GY, because it needs to be, again, needs to be round. And definitely we're gonna have to fix this one as well, so move it outside, so GX, and move it to the front, right? And this one as well, a little bit, GX to the front. Perfect, not too much, but a little bit. This one needs to go back, so GG, and this one too, GG, just a little bit, right? All right, let's move, let's go to X-ray mode and select all these verts and GG and move them inside here. These ones for some reason weren't selected, so GG. And we can mirror it later, so don't worry about it. Let's see the shape of this grip. It's a little bit, I think, too thick in this on this side. So again, go to Occlude and grab these and grab these and simply move them inside like that. You can rotate them a little bit and move them inside here too, so it's not so thick, right? And this is too wide, okay, so leave occlude and so uncheck it, click on Alt and select on edge mode, select this edge, press Shift and Alt and select these two and this one as well. And this one for some reason doesn't want to go into loop select mode. Strange. I don't see any endguns in here. So anyway, we're gonna go to now proportional editing. So press O to switch on proportional editing here. And what we're gonna do is go to right view, and we're gonna scale it on y-axis, so SY. And now if you cannot see this circle, you need to scroll your mouse wheel inwards. And proportional editing, okay, it's exactly what it is. The bigger the circle, the larger area you're actually affecting. Now we want to affect this handle, but not on a z-axis. So Shift Z, and it should work like this, okay? So that's what we want. Actually, make it a little bit larger. Maybe, you know what, let's select this one too. Again, SY, and let's scale it on y-axis a little bit. Right, so these should be a little bit outside, I think. So G, let's turn off this proportional editing. So press O and then GY and move it outside. This is, you know, this is not too thick. I think it's too thick. So let's make it smaller. Select all these loops. So with Alt and Shift selected, and simply scale them like this, and we should be fine. Now we need to move this vert to position, so GY and move it back to position, and this one GY and move it back to position, so it aligns with the top. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply mirror it across y-axis, and we should be done. Right? Now let's grab this grip and let's go to edge mode, select this edge around. We need this edge and this wedge as well, and the bottom edge. So select the bottom edge, and so the way I do it, right, again, is once I select edge on the top, I press hold Shift to select the edge, then hold Control and select the rest of it, okay, of the loop. Right click and add B weight and move your mouse to the right to add B weight. And now we're going to add our auto smooth, shade smooth. We're gonna add bevel modifier, right, and switch to 3 segments, angle, actually no, weight, and we should be fine. And now we're gonna add let's see, our offset is too big, so something like this. Come on, one more time. Offset just a little bit. Profile, you know what, we could actually set it to 0.85. It's gonna be a little bit better, I think. And now what we're gonna do is simply subdivide it, so Control 3, and you see we have a beautiful smooth handle going on. Nice, that looks really good. I'm pleased with it. Ergonomic. So again, when you work with sub-D, you need to imagine your shape before you actually create it, and you know, it takes a bit of practice, but it's not really that complicated. So let's select these faces, and I'll show you a cool trick. Let's select this face and click here to transform orientation and click on the plus. What this will do it will remember the orientation of this face. So now what we can do is actually align all these faces to a random, to a custom transformation. And the reason why I do it is because I want to straight this face, but I want to straight it on Z, X, or Y. I want to straight it on this axis, okay? It is a custom axis. So now when I press SZ, you see the Z axis is slanted, it's not straight. So when I press 0, that's what's gonna happen, okay? So that's a neat trick. Now I turn it off because you know, we don't need it later on. And now what we're gonna do is Control R here and drop a loop in this area. Select this loop, all of it, right? And go to side view and simply scale it out, actually no, inside. And drop another loop in here, like this. And let's select this loop with, in face mode, you hold Alt and you click on the edge between two faces, and it will allow you to select the whole loop around, okay? So again, face mode, hold Alt and click. And then we're gonna expand it, so simply scale it like that. It's gonna be like a bottom of this handle, you see? Pretty cool. And for now, let's just leave it, but later on we're gonna play with it a bit more. So now let's see, we got some, we're gonna have to adjust this one too, but we're gonna do it later. So that would be our grip for the time being, and more or less I think we are done. And we're gonna have to adjust this stock now. So thanks for watching, catch you in the next one.